DNS, Domain Name System. What is it? Well, it's basically the phone book of the internet. Computers, they like to communicate using IP addresses over the internet. But human beings are not very good at remembering long numbers, so we have developed the domain name system that sits on top of the IP address layer. This means that you can type in google.com and you will go visit google.com's IP address. This happens underneath and we never see it in the browsers, but it's important when you have a website. When I want to visit example.com, it's actually read backwards. So I start by saying .com. Oh, .com is a top level domain. It'll first go and ask the authoritative name server for .com and say, where can I find more information about example.com? And that is where the DNS service that you're using, or the owner of example.com is using, come into play. Because it will then be sent over to the name service for that particular domain, and there it'll say, oh, you want to visit www.example.com, you need to go to this IP address. We use it for websites like that, but we also use the domain name system for if you have a development website, which we often do. We have development.yoursite.com, where you can go and see a development version, and that's often on a separate server from your main website. It's also used for telling the internet in general who is allowed to send email on your behalf, because normally it's only the main domain name, the server, who's allowed to send email, but you might want to get your website to send email, which might be on another IP. So we can use SPF records to indicate other services. It could also be that you're using a newsletter service, for instance. So we need to add to your name service the information that this newsletter service is allowed to send email on behalf of you. If we don't add that, all your emails will end up in spam. Same for incoming email. Whenever somebody sends an email to example.com, if the owner of that domain name have chosen they want to use Gmail or MSN for their emails, then it needs to be set up in the name service record that the email should be routed to those services. So first, when the email is tried to be sent, they look up in the name service and say, oh, over on that IP address is where we need to send the email address, or to send the email. And that's basically the name service system. It's a phone book for the internet that can translate between what computers like, which are IP addresses, and what humans like, which are words, basically, that are easier to remember. Thank you.